Hey guys, we are on location today. This is Tuesday, terrific Tuesday, tasteful Tuesday, and we have a great treat for you today. I am Marshall Brown with the conversation piece. We have peaceful conversations. We got some good information for you today. So, hey, like, share, send it to your friends. We are broadcasting live on YouTube. We got YouTube in the house. We also have Facebook and Instagram, and we're also live on V News in Las Vegas. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So, please make sure and hit that like and share button. If you get this broadcast, be sure to share it because these are some great tips, tools, and some great things that are happening here. So, I have the great pleasure to be here today with Dr. Wallace. Now, this young lady I met some years ago. And God has been doing so many great things for her. When I first met her, I was just like blown away. When I tell you this lady is on fire, she is on fire. She's doing great things. Let me tell you a few of the things she gave me. I'm telling you, she gave me a book of things she got going on. So I'm just going to give you a few things about Dr. Wallace, and then she's going to tell you more about her because I might leave out something, and I dare not to want to leave out anything because she's got it going on. And we in the Black community, this information that she's going to give us today is so very well needed, not just in the Black community, but in all communities, because we're all going through a lot of this. And this disease that we're going to talk about today has no color barrier. Okay. So we don't want to just say just in the Black community because people are dealing with this in all communities. So I just want to give you a little bit about Dr. Wallace. She is a CEO. She's a producer. She is a host. Yes. And she is a trailblazer. When I'm telling you she's a trailblazer, she is doing that thing. She is got it on fire. Let me tell you, I keep saying she's on fire because during the pandemic, she continued to keep moving forward and she continued to keep studying and getting her doctorate and all that. It did not stop her. So that's why I say she's on fire. When I get that young, I want to be the same way. A great trailblazer. She's the director of True Health Institute. She has a nonprofit, 360 Health Enterprise. She has a magazine. Child, can I get to the editor? I need to be in that. She has a broadcasting network. I'm praying that the Antidote Show or the Conversation Beast can be a part because we need to talk about these things. She attended Morehouse School of Medicine. She went to the University of Alabama. She holds 2 post-doctoral fellowships and a doctorate from Loma Linda University in California. I love California now. Y'all know I want to get there. She has opened Full Taste Vegan Restaurant. Now, I've eaten there one time before when she was at another location. I was rushing to get over here before they closed at 1:30, but the devil's a liar. I was lost in traffic. But however, she is a believer that whatever you eat matters to your health, basically. And it's very important. So today, she's also a public health ambassador. Okay. She's a crusader. She is doing great things. She believes that without good health, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So without further ado, I just touched on a little bit of her credits. Honey, it's a long list of credits. She's doing, like I said, great things. But I'm going to introduce to some and present to others, Miss Dr. Wallace. Lady, you are so beautiful. Thanks for taking out the time in your busy schedule. It was like last minute. And she was like, yes, because she has such great things. And she really wants to get it out to the community. And I want to give that opportunity in any kind of way that I can to help her to get to that destiny. Well, she already has the destiny child. She got enterprises. She's doing great things. Dr. Wallace, I may have left out something before we get into our topic today. Okay. Can you enlighten them with your beauty and your intelligence and all that good stuff?
Well, I hate when people just go on and on about me because it ain't about me. It's about getting to help others. I mean, that's truly what inspires me and keeps me going. It's just being able to help someone else, because you know what? This is a small world. And what goes around comes around. You may be surprised, but yeah, I've learned that in life, it is really a privilege to be able to share with others what you have. You know, the Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive.
Absolutely.
And that's what I feel. I feel I'm more blessed by sharing, by giving to others than receiving. So
Yes.
thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you are so worth it, Dr. Wallace. So we're going to get right into it because we're running behind on time, but we're going to take all the time that we need to get this point across. So dealing with health and vegan, I'm looking to get that way. I'm pressing to that way. You know, I'm cutting out the beef and the pork and all those things, getting more to like turkey, the lean meats and things like that. So let's talk about it. Now, to be totally honest, this has been an issue for me. Diabetes and pre-diabetes. That's what we're going to talk about today. That's going to be our conversation piece for today. What is diabetes? Do we really know what diabetes is? Dr. Wallace, can you enlighten us and enlighten the audience on really what diabetes is? Because some people don't know and some people don't even understand it.
Yes, it's very important because there's a lot of misconceptions. Diabetes is about your blood sugar level remaining high when it shouldn't be in your blood after you eat. And it doesn't matter what you eat. So people don't get that. It doesn't matter. It's not just eating sugary or carbohydrates that your body needs to watch, but every single thing you eat, even if you eat protein, if you eat piece of meat, it does metabolize it and breaks it down to sugar. That's how the body works, and people don't understand that. So it does matter, but the point is with diabetes, that sugar then should actually go into the blood and get to the cells where it is used for energy. But with diabetes, somehow it's not going into the cells and being used, so it's staying in the blood, and in the process, that creates problems because it's not supposed to stay in the blood, because then it goes to other places that it's not supposed to go to, like your eyes, and it glycosylates or sugars your eyes, as it were. And that's not what you want, because that leads to the number one cause of blindness is diabetes. Wow. It's a big deal. So we don't want to lose our eyes. We don't want to lose legs and all these things. You have to have your blood sugar under control. So your body controls that. It has a mechanism that's supposed to work properly, but after years, somehow it's not working right anymore. And so we actually have two types of diabetes, okay?
So what's the diabetes is one type? Is type 1?
There's two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Can you tell us the difference between 1 and 2?
Absolutely. So type 1 diabetes is where you're born with that mechanism not working properly, because from birth, your pancreas that produces insulin is not working or not functioning. So you're not getting that blood sugar, because that insulin is a hormone that's necessary to take the blood sugar into your cells. So when you don't have that from birth, we call it type 1 diabetes or juvenile diabetes. However, some people have developed type 1 later on, but that's rare. Usually that's at birth. Okay. Type 2 diabetes is wherein you're working fine, you weren't born with diabetes, but after years, now your blood sugar level is getting high and staying up there. Well, that's type 2 diabetes. And what that means is that the insulin is usually still there, but it is not sensitive anymore. So we call that you're lacking insulin sensitivity. So the insulin is acting like it's not there, or the body doesn't see it. So the blood sugar is not going into the cells to be used for energy. That's ultimately why we eat. It's for the body to be able to do its work. It needs energy, and that is coming from the food you eat, which is from the sugar. So when we say sugar now, we're not just talking, like I said, it's not just table sugar we're talking about. Like even if you eat just meat or just protein or fat, it still breaks it down to sugar in order to be used. So the problem with type 2 diabetes is that just like type 1, the blood sugar is staying too high, and that is a problem. It needs to get back under control. But it's not that you lack insulin. So herein comes the problem when people say, oh, I'm taking insulin, I'm type 2 diabetic. But the problem wasn't insulin in the first place.
Wow.
See? So people not understanding this. The problem is that you're not under control anymore. Your body was doing it right before. So what happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifestyle problem.
Right.
We do some things that causes our problems to develop these things. And so the solution, if the problem is what we're doing, then the solution is to change what we're doing, not to just take a pill. But we want that to be the solution. No, you got to change what you're doing, because that's the problem. Your body is not functioning properly because what you're doing is not working for it. You're not eating properly, and that's really the problem.
Now, let me ask you this. Is it a genetic thing?
Well, you can be genetically predisposed to having diabetes because your family has it. For instance, with me, my mom and dad both had diabetes on both sides. So I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm very predisposed. And my mom, she had it really bad. My dad developed it later on, but she had it for many years, long before my age. My mother already had diabetes. So I praise God, and I decided, this part of why I became vegan, because that is a way to prevent developing diabetes. A vegan diet both prevents as well as reverses type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, because that was the why I was going to ask you. Let me ask you this, though.
Mm-hmm.
But let me get my thing. Let me get it together. Is the medications, because you talked about insulin.
Yes.
Is medications good, or is just a change of the diet much more better than the medications?
Okay, well, that's an excellent question.
Thank you.
I'm serious, because let me say, too many people think, oh, as long as I take this medicine, that's all I need to do, and I'm fine. And let me tell you, that actually works with high blood pressure, not with diabetes.
Wow.
And people don't know that because they just, prescribe anything. With diabetes, it's different, meaning you can stay on high blood pressure medicine forever and never develop heart disease. Not with diabetes. Diabetes, if you stay on medication, you still will progress.
Mm-hmm.
You still will get worse and worse because your body ultimately wants you to get that sugar level under control. And so you need to actually stop the diabetes process.
Right.
That is really what we all need to do. And our body wants that and responds very quickly. When we make changes in our diet, it actually works in conjunction with any medications. Right? I'm going to tell you all right now, don't stop taking medicines just because you heard me. I did not say stop taking your medication.
Right.
No, you have to get things under control. And trust me, once you get things under control and your blood sugar level starts getting low, your doctor will have to take you off the medicine because you'll get too low. And too low is not good either.
Right.
You will pass out. So it's not, oh, you won't take me off. Don't believe that. No, he will take you off because he will be medically liable if you're passing out because you got your blood sugar level too low and he's still lowering it. Okay,
Right.
So don't worry about that. The problem is too many people take themselves off medication and they remain high, and then they develop further problems, further complications, which are huge. Like I said, you can have peripheral neuropathies. That means in your hands and feet. And a lot of people who have diabetes say they feel tingling sensations in their hands. If you're feeling that already, folks, you are advanced. So you need to really change some things really fast, because that's not a good sign. That means you have some serious complications already of diabetes that we need to do the steps now to reverse it. And what works? Lifestyle. Why? Because the problem is caused by lifestyle. The fix is your lifestyle. It's not something else. Okay.
So what is pre-diabetic? I heard you say that. What is pre-diabetic?
Very important. Long before you develop diabetes, there's a whole stage of many years of pre-diabetes. So it's an excellent point to intervene and to change things. We don't have to wait till we become full-blown diabetic. And pre-diabetes stage, of course, it's easier to change things around and to get your body back to them when you get full-blown. But it still can be. If you have diabetes, I've had it for years. My mother had diabetes for years. And she was very upset when she found out that nobody had told her that she could reverse diabetes. And I said,
Wow.
I'm sorry, Mom. Yes, you can reverse this. You don't have to just stay on this, but you have to change your diet.
Right.
That's what it requires. So and change your lifestyle. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. The way you eat, the way you do things, the way you even exercising is important. And drinking water and doing all the things that are healthy for us, that helps with diabetes, because exercising also includes that it helps your insulin to be more sensitive. Remember, I told you that's
Right.
the insulin is there, but the body isn't seeing it, so it's leaving the sugar out there. It's not bringing it into the cell. That's what it's all about. So you really need to also exercise as well as eating right. That's what it's about, a lifestyle approach.
Awesome. So when you talked about the exercise, is it like 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day?
Oh, you know what? The recommendation is 30 minutes a day. But I tell people you don't have to do it all at one time. It's true. Body doesn't care if you do it all at one time or if you do it throughout the day. And so, there are people who are like, I can only do 10 minutes. In fact, what we've found out is that a quick burst is actually better for your body. Like you can go like really, really hard and stop. The body actually likes that. It actually responds better than just walking. Like people love to just only walk, and they walk at the same pace all the time. They don't even really stress their body. And they're not getting any results, and they don't realize they need to change. The body is like accommodated to that. It's like adjusted and thinks that's normal. It needs something else. So we need to switch up our routine or go harder, go faster, whatever, to make the body get that. And you're exercising now. It's not just, oh, well, I'm just la da da da. I tell people this all the time. You can't just be singing while you're exercising. If you're singing, you're not in your exercise zone. You're not even in your exercise zone. You can't sing if you're in your target exercise heart rate zone. You're not able to sing, but you should still be able to talk. If you can't even talk, you're going too hard. So you need to cut it down. That is actually a great way. You don't have to have a watch that's telling you you're exercising or something. I wear my watch all the time, and it fascinates me all the time that I think I'm exercising. Seriously, I'm in an exercise class, for instance, and it records half the class as exercise time. It's like, no, the other half, you weren't in your exercise heart rate zone, so it didn't count. So people say, I'm exercising for 30 minutes. You may only have given your body 15 minutes exercise. Right. You just think you're in the heart rate zone for 30 minutes, but you're not. Just because you say you're exercising, the body doesn't care what you say. If it did, we'd all be in great shape.
That's right.
We'd all be good because we say that we love to talk the talk.
Yes. Absolutely. So for our audience and those out there that want to get into a good exercising regimen, you said walking is not just it. Well, what is a good exercise regimen?
No, walking is a great form of exercise. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you brought that up. Don't get me wrong. Walking is a great exercise mode. It's just that you can't be at the same pace all the time. If I'm at a pace where I can be singing, that's not exercise. It's just walking. But if I'm walking so fast that I can't sing, now that's exercise. That's the point. You must be in the target heart rate zone. Very important. But I want to go back to, you did ask me what is prediabetes, and I got off the track.
That's okay.
Prediabetes is very important because there's more than 86 million people. I think the number has even gone up to 88 million who are pre-diabetic, and most of them don't know it.
Wow.
So that is a huge problem, folks.
So let me ask you this, Doctor. So those that don't know it, what are some signs that would trigger? Is it a lightheadedness? Is it dizzy?
By the time you get into that, you get into diabetes.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, when you start seeing signs, which is not, some people don't experience any signs. You can have a blood sugar level, any blood sugar level over 200 is considered diabetes. I've seen people over 400 walking around and saying, I'm like, how do you feel? Oh, I'm fine. And they're like, I'm like, you are so sick. We're going to have to take you right to the hospital right now.
Wow.
Your level of sugar is off the chart. No, you got to get help right now. And we will take them to the hospital. They felt completely fine before that. So you can't go by, oh, I feel good. That's not.
Wow.
Now, the body can make it. You can feel good and you have diabetes. Seriously. So don't go by just that. But if you are experience very thirsty all the time, we call it the 3 signs of thirsty, going to the bathroom all the time. So polydipsia, polyuria, just always wanting to urinate frequently,
Mhm.
getting up in the night, urinating is a sign. Could be a sign of diabetes. Okay, so keep that thirst and urine, and I'm missing the third one. I just went out of
It's
my
gonna
head.
come to you.
But that is a sign. So you want to make sure before you're experiencing those signs, because by the time you're experiencing those are diabetes signs. I'm talking about pre-diabetes. So in pre-diabetes stage, there really isn't much of a sign.
Oh.
So that's why you need to be screened.
And
That
so
means
just
your
screen.
body, yes, your body is already over the level that it should be, and it's not quite doing what it's supposed to do. It's not getting the blood sugar now, but it's not bad enough yet where it's creating all these other issues. But that's a perfect time to get things under control. So the 88 million people who are pre-diabetic need to be screened, and you don't have to get a blood test to be screened.
Wow.
No, that's diabetes. For diabetes diagnosis, we want you to get a blood test, but not with pre-diabetes. You can get screened with just completing a questionnaire.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we can tell by a questionnaire. It involves things like what's your medical, your family. Do you have diabetes in your family? Have you
history.
Yes, a history of diabetes. Did you have a child that's more than 9 pounds? And so there's just some simple questions. It's just 6 questions, literally.
And I have kids 9 pounds and 10 pounds.
Yeah, well, you are at risk. You might not.
Jesus.
You're at risk. I had one that's over 9 pounds, but I'm not diabetic. Though my parents were, and I am diabetic, I am predisposed because I have that genetic. I don't have diabetes. So there's hope, folks. Just because we have it in our family don't mean we have to get it. Why? Because I changed my diet to make sure that I don't develop diabetes, because I knew I was at risk, because my parents have it, and I had a child over 9 pounds and other things that were wrong in my I said, okay, so I'm on the path. So I need to get things under control. So I've got to do it. And it has worked because I've not developed diabetes.
Amen. Amen. Let me ask you this question, and I think this to be a myth. Is just only obese people diabetic?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm glad you say that. My mother was overweight. My dad was thin. I mean, so I was like, wow, seriously. I measured my dad's body fat one day because he's such a hard worker. He never went to a gym in his life, but I measured his body fat. He was all muscle because he worked so hard. And he had 9% body fat. I don't know anybody that has only athletes have 9% body fat. Most of us have like 30% or more, which is more in the obese range. And we don't even know that. But no, seriously, I was tickled pink. So when I found out he had diabetes, I said, wow, yes, we know this. We studied this in school. So as a doctor, I know it's possible, but I saw that you can not have any weight issues and develop diabetes like my dad did.
Wow. So, let me ask you, okay, so we did talk about ways to prevent it. Mm-hmm. Can you give them those points again? You said exercise, yes, changing their lifestyle, eating.
Especially what you're eating, folks. It's not just about sugar. A lot of people are like, okay, I don't eat any sugar, I don't eat sweets. It's not only about sugar. It's also about fat. In fact, we believe fat is more of a culprit in causing that insulin to not be recognized. Mm-hmm. We studied this in school, and it seems like a high-fat diet actually contributes more to developing diabetes than sugar. It's the end result is that you have sugar in your blood, but fat is really what causes it, is really the root of the problem. So we got to watch our fat intake. That means we get to stop frying food.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what things do we need to stop that fat thing? Because some of us don't understand it. We're like, okay, stop the fat. Well, I ain't eating no fat.
Yeah,
I don't know what fat is.
Food is a lot of fat. No, let me explain. Because just 1 tablespoon of oil has 14 grams of fat. That's a lot of fat, folks. Let me explain.
Hey, I ate fat last night.
That is too much. Even in 1 table, if we can all throw out oil, we'd all be healthier.
Wow.
I try not to use oil at all. It is a huge problem because let me explain. like 1 ear of corn has just 1 gram of fat. So if I were to just get corn fat from just eating corn, I would have had to eat 14 ears of corn. Who would do that? But no, we men, smart as we are, decided to compact that into 1 tablespoon. Of course I can eat 1 tablespoon and get 14 grams of fat. That's not what God intended. He intended you to get 1 gram per corn, right? We make corn oil and it's 14 grams in 1 tablespoon. That was not his idea. That's our idea. We try to kill ourselves.
Right.
That oil thing is not good for you.
Is palm oil good?
It doesn't matter
what oil. Okay.
All oils.
Got it, y'all.
All oils have like 14 grams per tablespoon. You go check.
Even olive oil.
It don't matter
no
which oil.
Okay, guys.
Every oil has that much fat, and it's only fat. It doesn't have protein. It doesn't have carbohydrate. Only fat.
Wow.
That's a bad idea. We came up with that idea. Bad idea. Try not to use oil at all. You don't need oil to live. It's a bad idea.
Y'all
live
heard
without
that?
oil. You can saute your onions with water instead of oil. Don't use oil. You will actually enjoy your food better. And I found out you can try this yourself. Eat something, the same thing, prepare it with a little oil and without the oil. And you will find out that you're full faster without the oil.
Oh, wow.
If you have fat in your body or in the food that you're eating, it makes your stretch receptors in your stomach not recognize that you're full. Research actually proved that. And I checked it out for myself. I tried the sandwich one day and I put a little butter on it. And then the next day I ate it without butter and I actually felt a lot fuller. I went, wow. So this thing is making us eat more.
Wow.
Yes, that's why they made it. It's to make us eat more. And it has loaded with calories. So it's not good for us. It's terrible for us.
Man, guys, this is some good information here. This has helped me so much because I eat a piece of chicken. I'll be hungry in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Y'all know it to be true. Yes. We got to stop that thing. So, Doctor, you have this beautiful, and I walked through this beautiful full taste vegan restaurant here in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Tell us about that because I visited when you were in the mall. Was it North Point Mall?
The Cab Mall.
The Cab Mall. A couple of years before the pandemic. Yes, and now she's here in this beautiful facility. Tell them about this restaurant. What is so awesome about this? It's nice, y'all. Y'all gotta come by.
It is. It's not just that we designed a beautiful place that people could eat out of. You know why? I hate it that when I want to go somewhere special for my anniversary or anything, my husband says, "Where are we gonna go?" I'm like, I don't know anywhere that's nice. It's always these like, no, I don't want to go there.
And that's vegan, though.
That's vegan, right? So you can go to those restaurants that's gonna pack on the meat, but I don't eat meat because I decided I wanted to not develop diabetes. So let me just stay away from meat, even though I used to love meat. I must tell you, it's not about love, guys. It's about I love myself more.
It's about living.
Yes,
that's what it's about. Enduring.
Yes. I want to live and not,
not die for real. That's right.
The good news is your taste buds change. So if you change your diet, you will eat. It's not like you're gonna hate it for the rest of your life. Within 2 weeks, you will love your new way of eating. You will actually enjoy it. So you just have to put up 2 weeks.
2 weeks, guys. We're gonna do a challenge.
Just 2 weeks.
A 2-week challenge.
That's it. And you will love that. You're like, man, I'm starting to love these vegetables.
Yes.
And and that's what you're supposed to eat. Plant-based, because it's not just good for our body, it's also good for the environment, guys. We cannot keep doing this thing. The number one problem with carbon in this society, they don't want to tell you, is animal production.
Yeah,
it is a big problem. We go end this.
It's also all the steroids, all the stuff that they put in the meat these days. It's really sad.
It's horrible.
But then too, Doctor, don't you feel the same way about vegetables? Some vegetables, because I know they have organic vegetables. Vegetables. What is the difference? Do they have organic soil? We want to ask these questions.
Yeah,
what makes them good?
The bottom line is if you can't eat organic, that's better because that means you have no pesticides. But we have done studies that looked at even people that just eat regular fruits and vegetables, not just organic, they still develop less diabetes, less heart disease, less strokes, everything, cancer especially.
Right.
Still, it doesn't matter. It's still much lower. So if you can eat organic, and what does that mean? You don't have to necessarily go out and buy. Start gardening. I started gardening in my patio. You don't need a big house. You don't need a big yard. You don't have to have a backyard. You can actually grow fruits and vegetables in pots right on your patio and you can be organic just like that. You can develop your. We need to start doing more of that. We're not doing enough of that. And I'm telling you, that is the key to keeping our costs down as well, and would be better for the environment overall. All these mass production is the problem, just like mass production of anything, because that's our man's way of making money.
Right.
Okay, that's not what.
And also a way of cleaning the earth and cleansing us and killing us. So we have to make the change, guys.
Yes.
So Dr. Wallace, can you give them your information on how they can get more information,
Sure.
how they can contact you?
Absolutely. So you can contact me through the restaurant here at Full Taste Vegan. It is plant-based. It is wonderful. We make everything from scratch here. And we're right here in Atlanta, inside Atlanta, in the city of Chambly. The address is 5255 Peachtree Boulevard. It used to be Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. They lost the industrial.
Gotcha. That's where I was lost.
Yeah, it's now Peachtree Boulevard, 5255 Peachtree Boulevard. It's in a building called the Ativa Peachtree Building. You can come here for lunch or dinner. Lunch is from 11 to 2 and dinner is from 5 to 9 p.m. So you can come and enjoy it. And we're in our private dining room area where you can actually sit and eat a 7-course meal once in a while. You don't eat 7 course every day.
Right.
No. Once in a while as a special, but it's all healthy and it's vegan. It's prepared from scratch. We are all about farm to plate, so you can get the freshest, most healthiest ingredients. And that's why we just did a fall menu and all that.
They just did a taste yesterday. I missed that thing, man. When I found out, I was like, dang, my schedule is full. I can't get there. But I would have loved to come and taste some food. But I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to come
back. So let me tell you, it is a good thing to eat healthy. Even if you're eating at home, if you never go out to eat the healthiest, because that is the number one way to impact your body. Amen. Is what you eat. So watch out for that. Make sure that you're eating the healthiest that you can. And you know what that means? We need to stop eating as much as we do.
Yes.
We eat too much. That's the first problem.
People it's like the 6 small meals, 7 small meals a day. Is that good?
I don't like to say that because that's too much.
That's
when
too
we
much.
Start eating meals, it's a lot.
I mean, like the vegetables,
yes,
here, snacks.
But you know what? I prefer if people are going to do that we call it nibbles.
Okay.
I say you can nibble because you say meal, they start eating. It's like 6 meals. You're going to have too many calories.
Right.
That doesn't work. You got to have very small amounts. But here's the key and why it's so hard to do that. You still got to get all your stuff. Like you need to still have protein. If you're only nibbling on just carbohydrates all the time, you might feel hungry. The protein helps to sustain your blood sugar and help you not to go up and down, which causes this whole insulin problem. It's after years. So you, for instance, if I'm hungry and I grab a candy bar or something, I go right up immediately because it's so simple sugar versus protein, and it goes high. And then it calls the body to put out a lot of insulin. So it comes out, and because it's so much insulin, it brings down your blood sugar level too low. And that's why you feel hungry. It's actually blood sugar level being low. But your blood sugar level can be low within an hour because you had too much insulin came out because you had too much of a whopping amount of sugar in that diet. That's why those low carbohydrates, those simple carbohydrates are bad for you. That's why you got to stay away from the pastries, the cookies,
pasta, rice.
These things. White things, these colorless things, they tend to not be as healthy as the greener or more colorful vegetables. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
So you want to eat more of those because that will be more what we call complex carbohydrates that your body needs, not the simple carbohydrates that go right to sugar and throws your blood sugar in a wow. I mean, blow up with sugar overnight. That's the problem. And that's what leads to weight gain is that we're eating too much. We can eat less.
Yes.
We gotta eat less.
Well, Dr. Wallace, we thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day
Thank you.
and helping us with this knowledge. The word says we perish by lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And I thank God that He has brought her our way to bring us that knowledge.
Yes.
And listen, we got to get back to the basics. Get
Yes.
back to eating of the
Yes.
land. That's what
Exactly.
Jesus and them was doing. They was eating of the
Yes.
land. You ain't see them. You ain't hear about them going around cutting up turkeys and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Do you know? I didn't. Did you read when they were walking in the Bible and they were going through a cornfield and they plucked the corn and eat it? They didn't say they went and cooked it. Did you know that you can eat corn?
Just eat corn raw.
Raw. I did not realize it. One day I did. I was shocked. How tasty
it is.
it is.
Because you done boiled out everything.
Yeah, I'm like,
cooked out all the nutrients of it.
I didn't realize corn is actually tasty, not cooked. It's one of the best raw foods you can have.
Wow.
It's just corn. I was like, wow, this thing is so sweet. It was delicious.
Wow. I believe it.
I did not realize it because I'm always cooking, roasting, this, that, the other, your corn.
Fine.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. And you do get some of those nutrients get lost when you do that.
When you do that.
Yeah.
Guys, I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope y'all like and share this podcast today.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Dr. Wallace, for coming out and being a part with us and just sharing your knowledge. Be sure to visit Full Taste Vegan Restaurant here in Chamblee off of Peachtree, old Peachtree Industrial, but Peachtree Boulevard now.
Yes. Or you can even, if you can't come, you can order online.
There you
You
go.
can order online. We will even do catering. We'll take it to you if you can't come to us.
Give them your email or your online
It's
website.
online. It's fulltastevegan.com. Fulltastevegan.com. You can go on there. You can reserve a table. You can, do party. We had a party out there on Sunday. Out to the patio. They haven't seen that. That's beautiful. But just to keep everybody safe, we don't mind being more in the outdoors. So you can do that or you can come inside. But we just want you to just be healthy and know that you are going somewhere that you can eat healthy and not have to worry about it. You can actually, even have a little dessert here. Could we make it healthier? It's not still, you don't want to eat a lot of that.
Right.
You want to watch that.
Hey, I know that's right. I'm looking for a place to have my birthday party in November. This just might be the spot for you guys because, hey, we have to change things. God said transform your mind. And once you transform your mind, your body transforms and then you can live. Change your life, change your body, change your eating, change your life. Okay, because it matters. So thank you so much, Dr. Wallace, for taking out the time for being on the conversation piece. This was a peaceful conversation, guys. If you'd like to be a part of the show, please email us at 2020conversationpiece@gmail.com or call 678-468-9487. Thank you so much, V News in Las Vegas. Thank you so much, Facebook and Instagram, for tuning in today. Don't forget, remember what you eat, because what you eat does matter. Okay? Yes. Thank you again. Please visit and see Dr. Wallace here at Full Taste Vegan Restaurant here in Georgia. Also, don't forget, healthy healthcare is very, very important. And these peaceful conversations are to bring us and enlighten us into what is going on in our bodies. So we thank you so much. That's somebody calling in to the show.
All right.
Thank you so much. Can you stop it? Okay, that's somebody calling in to the show. They want to be a part of the show. Thanks for calling. 678-468-9487 after the show. Okay, guys, thank you again. God bless you and continue to visit the conversation piece, Polish Hair Studios, and the Antidote Show. We do all those podcasts. We want to hear from you. We talk about hair. We give you testimonials, and we also have peaceful conversation because those are the things that are going to change our lives to get things better. Because he said we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and our testimony. So we have to give it so we can overcome. I'm tired of singing that song, We Shall Overcome, and we're not doing anything. And we have the key. We have the power to
Okay.
overcome
Yes.
our health, our wealth, our lifestyle, our children, our marriages. All we have to do is give those testimonies to help others to come out. Okay? I'm your friend always. God bless you guys and keep you guys. And that's a wrap. I love you. God bless.